Welcome to a deck profile of the Invincible Obelisk deck. I used this quite recently in a duel video and I was requested to make a deck profile, so let's get right into it. Yay! 3 Obelisk, triple Obelisk, because the deck is about Obelisk. You want to summon it and stuff, and you don't have any searches for it. So 3 Obelisk. 3 Hardened Armed Dragon. That's the card that gives Obelisk the quote-unquote invincibility, because Obelisk cannot be targeted by card effects. This card makes sure it cannot be destroyed by card effects either, making things like Mirror Force, Starcoal, and Torrential Tribute, and anything like that completely useless. And the Torrential Tribute already cannot be used upon its summon, but let's say another monster is summoned. Then you can use Torrential Tribute, but thanks to Hardened Armed Dragon, those effects will be okay as well. You can just survive those. Like, the only way you can get rid of Obelisk is effects that do not destroy and do not target. Spellbook of Fate to banish it because it doesn't target. Mendolce Queen Tiramisu shuffles it into the deck, I believe. Also does not target. Or you just need to get over its 4,000 attack. If you can get something over 4,000 attack, you win it as well, because it can still get destroyed by battle. I have 3 Giant Rats, mostly there to summon Hardened Armed Dragon to the field. 2 Summoner Monks, which summon Hardened Armed Dragon or Giant Rat. Moss Dragon, to summon Hardened Armed Dragon. Swap Frog, Rodent Totem, Dupe Frog, Treeborn Frog. I have the Frog engine because it does make for easy tributes. Treeborn Frog, so you can at least get one of the tributes. Swap Frog to dump stuff in the grave like Treeborn and then Rodent Totem, and with some other frogs, so you can just summon the Rodent Totems from the grave with their effects to make for tributes for Obelisk. And I have 3 Dupe Frogs in there, for one just to be a frog target for Rodent Totem, but also to search for Swap Frog when you not have it in your opening hand. 3 Instant Fusions, could be one of your tributes for Obelisk. 3 Cup of Ace, if you get the draw, that's nice. If the opponent gets the draw, it doesn't really matter, because once you summon Obelisk, there's probably very little they can do anyway. Double Summon, if you have another monster in your hand, that can make for an extra tribute. Soul Exchange, so you can use your opponent's monster as tributes for Obelisk. And Upstart Goblin, just to thin the deck out, so you're really playing with a 37 card deck. The extra life points that the opponent gets, 3,000 in total, 1,000 per Upstart Goblin, doesn't really matter, because once you have your Invincible Obelisk, then you either have one or you don't. Like, if this deck does not get out the Invincible Obelisk, you probably are going to lose anyway. And if it does, then you are very likely going to win anyway, because there's very little that can stop it. And if the opponent can stop the Invincible Obelisk, then the 1,000 life points doesn't really matter, because they're going to win anyway. And if they can't stop Obelisk, then the 1,000 life points doesn't matter anyway. It just might take you an extra turn to beat them down, because you're going to win with Obelisk because it's good. It's a quite consistent deck. It's not the best, but it's a fun deck to play around with. As for extra deck cards, I just decided to throw in some fusions that I felt like throwing in. Some that I like. I have Fusionist, 2 Cherubim, the Fire Knights, Dark Fire Dragon, and Flame Swordsman. Just some cards that I like to throw in. I have Dark Fire, I guess you can use Dark Fire Dragon with Maestroke. 3 Chimeric Tech Fortress Dragons, because you don't really use the extra deck. So if you're not using the extra deck, might as well throw in Chimeric Tech Fortress Dragon, just in case the opponent runs a machine deck with Cyber Dragon. Although machine decks are uncommon, but you do see them sometimes. Although with Cyber Dragon in it is a different story. Some decks run Cyber Dragon still as this easy rank level 5 to summon, but then they usually don't run a lot of machines with it. But there's a new structure deck coming out with Cyber Dragon and machine, so maybe we'll see more Cyber Dragon then, and then Chimeric Fortress Dragon may see a boost. As for the Xyz monsters, I will barely ever use Xyz monsters. I have Gotchi and Maestroke triple for stalling. Stalling just to draw into Swap Frog, Hardened Armed Dragon, Obelisk, whatever you need to get out the Invincible Obelisk. I have them out for stalling. And then 1 Herald of Pure Light. Would there be a card in my graveyard that I kind of want back on the field? Let's say the opponent has a couple of monsters and I I can't summon another giant. Like, I've already gone through all of my giant rats. I'm forced to summon the Hardenheim Dragon, and that's also destroyed by battle. Then Behold of Pure Light can actually get it back from the grave. So that's why I have one of those in. This was a nice and quick deck profile. Hope you liked it. Try it out for yourself. If you have any suggestions of what decks you'd like to see next, let me know. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video, which will probably be the Electromo GK deck profile. I know a good amount of people are looking forward to that one. So yeah, see you then.